They sat me at the kids' table. Not a cutesy offshoot of the fun table. I'm talking bright blue plastic legs, cartoon dinosaurs, plastic cups, no plate, no utensils. My name card, calligraphed like a joke, propped on the corner. I'm a grown man, husband, guest at my sister-in-law's 35th. And when I asked why, she shrugged like she was commenting on the weather. Guess you're not that important. So I picked up the gift, tucked it under my arm, and said, "Then I'm leaving." The pianist missed a note. The room went still, and whatever part of me thought, "Be nice, keep the peace," cracked clean in two. It started the Tuesday before. I was watching a YouTube video on how to fix our leaky faucet, which is how you know I live dangerously, when my wife Sabrina breezed in with that tone that sounds like a question but comes with only one correct answer. Clara's turning 35. Huge dinner. We're going. Black tie optional. Translation. Everyone else in designer. Me, in my one good Target shirt and a prayer. Clara, the sister, collects labels the way children collect stickers. Martin, her husband, collects important people. He can probably recite the Forbes list backwards while doing a plank. Still, I'm a decent human, so I got her a gift. A vintage silver bracelet like the one she once admired at my aunt's house. Cost me a week's salary. I wrapped it in navy paper with a silver ribbon that fought me like an octopus. I felt good, thoughtful, included. Saturday night, we pulled up behind a line of cars that smelled like new leather and tax deductions. Inside, chandeliers, bow-tied servers, live piano, conversations pitched in that refined whisper where people discuss market volatility like it's a family pet. Martin beamed, clapped my shoulder too hard, and said we had a strategic seating plan. The way he said strategic made my stomach twist. He walked me into the dining room like a tour guide at a museum of money. There it was, the main table, mahogany, crystal, enough forks to perform minor surgery, and then, tucked in the corner behind a plant, the plastic daycare special, dinosaur plates, bubble letter name card, no silverware, no glass, no napkin. I stared, waiting for a gotcha. That didn't come. "This is a mistake," I told Clara when she floated over, perfumed and perfect. She glanced, shrugged. "Guess, you're not that important." 5 words. A neat incision. I looked for Sabrina. She was laughing with her sister, radiant, and then she saw it. The table, the plates, the absence of anything you'd need to eat, and the color drained from her face. She started toward me, unsure. I picked up my name card and tore it in half. The rip was louder than it should have been. If I'm not worth a real seat, I'm not staying. I tucked the bracelet under my arm and walked out. The drive home was a pressure cooker. Sabrina stared out the window. "Couldn't you have just not made a scene?" she whispered. "They didn't give me a plate," I said. "They didn't plan for me to eat." Her silence hurt worse than anything Clara said. At 11 p.m., the texts began. Clara. "Sorry you felt uncomfortable, not my intention, let's move on." Then, "You embarrassed yourself, you ruined my party." Martin. "Buddy, misunderstanding. Don't let this affect family." And my favorite, "Think about how your actions affect others." Gaslighting, plated in gold. A week later, my mother-in-law called in a low, guilty voice. "I overheard Clara," she said. "She bragged about it, said her important guests needed the main table, and you could eat later, if there were leftovers." Leftovers, like I was the family dog. "She's made jokes for years," my mother-in-law added. "Martin eggs are on. I should have stopped it. I'm sorry." Something inside me that had been wobbling finally clicked into place. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't oversensitive. I had been the punchline. 3 weeks after the great plastic table incident, Clara showed up at my door. No entourage, no perfume cloud, just sleepless eyes and a tremble in her voice. "People are asking questions," she said. "Friends are." Pulling away, I want to apologize. You're here because your image is bleeding, I said. If they'd laughed with you, you'd still be laughing. If no one knew, would you be here? Her silence answered for her. I closed the door. Sabrina and I started counseling. Not because of a dinner party, but because of everything the dinner party revealed. I told her, I won't sit at tables where I'm asked to shrink. We drew lines. Some people call them punishments. They're not. They're instructions for access. Here's what else I learned. Hospitality is how love shows up in public. If someone loves you in private but won't respect you in a room full of witnesses, that's not love. That's costume. Silence is a vote. If they won't defend you, defend yourself. Leaving isn't drama. Sometimes leaving is dignity. The bracelet still sits in a drawer, not as bitterness, just a reminder. You can't buy your way into respect. You can be kind, generous, patient, and still be treated like a prop. That silver piece is proof that effort can't fix contempt. They sat me at the kids' table. I took back my gift. I walked out. Best walk of my life. If this hit you, you're not alone. Tell me your kids' table story. Like if you believe respect isn't optional. Subscribe for more true stories about boundaries, respect, and choosing yourself. I'm Daniel. Thanks for listening.